You know, what if the secret to a healthier, happier cat was already sitting in your kitchen right now? Today, we're going to unlock your pantry and look at how simple human foods, when they're prepared the right way, can be these amazing health boosters. We're talking about things that could potentially add years to their life and, let's be honest, cut down on those stressful vet visits.
I mean, this quote just hits you, right? It's not about some expensive, complicated supplement. The solution is probably sitting in your fridge as we speak. The only missing piece of the puzzle is the knowledge of how to use it safely. And this slide shows it perfectly. Look at this. The line between a dangerous food and a beneficial one really just comes down to one thing: preparation. Seasoned meat? That's a definite no-go. But plain, cooked meat? That's fantastic. It's all about knowing these simple but crucial rules.
Okay, so let's start with the absolute foundation, the core of a cat's diet: high-quality protein. We have to remember, cats are what's called obligate carnivores. That's a fancy way of saying that meat isn't just a preference for them, it's absolutely essential for their survival.
A little bit of cooked salmon or tuna just once a week can do absolute wonders for their coat and heart, all thanks to those amazing omega-3s. But here's the most important rule, and you can't forget this. Always cook fish to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Why? Because this destroys an enzyme in raw fish called thiaminase, which can cause some really serious neurological problems. And, of course, remove every single bone.
Now, for meats like chicken, beef, or turkey, the rules are super simple, but they are totally non-negotiable. First, cook it all the way through to kill any bacteria. Second, never, and I mean never, add seasonings. Things like garlic and onion are actually toxic for them. And third, absolutely no cooked bones. They can splinter and cause huge problems. Just plain, well-cooked meat is exactly what their bodies are designed for.
Ah, the humble egg. It's a true nutritional powerhouse, one of nature's most complete proteins. But again, it's all about how you prepare it. See, raw egg whites have this protein called avidin, and what it does is it blocks the absorption of biotin, which is a really essential B vitamin. The easy fix? Just cook the egg. Scrambled or boiled, with no salt or butter, of course, is a fantastic, high-quality protein boost.
Okay, this chart highlights some incredible nutrient boosters. Take chicken hearts, for example. They are one of the best natural sources of taurine, which is vital for a cat's heart and eye health. The big takeaway here is all about portion control. You see how liver is on the list? It's amazing for vitamin A, but it has to be limited to just a tiny thumbnail-sized piece each week to avoid toxicity. It's all about the right amount at the right time. So we've got the protein foundation down. Now, let's get into some of what I like to call problem solver foods. These are functional foods that can help with really common issues like tummy troubles or joint health.
Here is a vet-recommended miracle worker, plain pumpkin puree. It's got this amazing soluble fiber that somehow can help with both constipation and diarrhea, but you have to make sure it's 100% plain pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling that's loaded with sugar and all those spices. Big difference.
For aging joints, especially in our senior cats, homemade bone broth is a secret weapon. It's a natural source of glucosamine and, bonus, it's a great way to boost their hydration. The key here, and this is super important, is making it yourself. The store-bought versions are almost always loaded with salt, onions, and other stuff that's really bad for cats. All right, here are two more really practical tips straight from the vet's playbook. If you have an overweight cat, you can try replacing a small bit of their food with steamed green beans. It adds fiber and helps them feel full with fewer calories. And for a temporary bout of diarrhea, a little bit of plain, mushy white rice can help bind things up. Just remember, rice is for short-term, temporary use only. It offers no real nutrition for a carnivore.
Okay, this next group of foods is definitely beneficial, but you've got to be mindful. For instance, steamed spinach is packed with vitamins, but it's a huge risk for cats that have a history of urinary stones. For all of these, yogurt, goat's milk, or oatmeal, the rule is exactly the same. They are tiny supplements, not meal replacements, and you absolutely must know your cat's specific health history before you offer them.
All right, time to talk about the treat zone. Now, while a few fruits are perfectly safe, we're now in an area where moderation is absolutely everything. Because we're dealing with sugar content here, you need to think of these as very occasional indulgences, not as daily snacks.
So, a tiny piece of watermelon could be an awesome summer treat, and this number right here shows you why. It's 92% water. How crazy is that? It's a fantastic way to boost hydration on a hot day. Just be absolutely certain that you've removed all the seeds and the green rind before you share any.
Now, when it comes to serving something like an apple, you have to follow these steps precisely. Peeling it gets rid of pesticides, which is good, but the most critical part is removing every single seed. Apple seeds actually contain a compound that can convert to cyanide when it's digested. Now look, is 1 or 2 seeds going to be a huge problem? Probably not. But why on earth would you ever take that risk? It's just not worth it.
This chart is a great way to actually visualize what moderation looks like. You see a high-sugar fruit like banana? That should be a super rare treat, maybe a tiny piece once a month. In contrast, a couple of antioxidant-rich blueberries are a much, much better choice for a weekly treat. It's really all about balancing that sugar against the actual benefits.
So, after all that information, I know it's a lot. Let's boil it all down to the absolute essentials. If you take away nothing else from this, please just remember these 3 golden rules for safely sharing any human food with your cat.
Rule number 1. Preparation is everything. This is the single most important factor, period. The difference between a healthy supplement and a dangerous hazard is how it's prepared. Always cooked, never raw. Always plain, never seasoned. That's it. It's that simple.
Second, moderation is key. Even the healthiest human foods are just supplements or treats. Think of them like the sprinkles on the cupcake, not the cupcake itself. They should only make up a tiny fraction of your cat's overall diet, which has to be a nutritionally complete, meat-based cat food.
And finally, the most important rule of all. When in doubt, just ask your vet. They are the ones who know your cat's specific health history. This is especially vital. Especially if your cat has any pre-existing conditions, like kidney disease or urinary issues. A quick phone call can give you so much peace of mind.
So there you have it. The power to really boost your cat's health is right there, sitting in your kitchen. So I'll just leave you with this question. What's the one small, healthy change you're going to make for your cat this week? Let that be your very first step.